Letting go is one of the hardest lessons a human being can learn. We are wired to hold on to our memories, our dreams, our plans, and the people who made us feel safe. We hold on because we believe that by tightening our grip, we can stop change from happening. But change was never ours to control. It is the quiet tide that moves life forward, no matter how tightly we cling to the shore. To let go does not mean to give up. It means to trust that what was once right for you may no longer be, and that this is not a failure, but a natural rhythm. The seasons do not apologize for changing. Trees do not mourn their leaves when autumn comes. They understand that new growth requires release. In the same way, we must learn to shed what no longer serves us, not because it wasn't beautiful, but because we are ready to grow beyond it. The mind resists this. It believes that safety is found in control. It says, if I can just understand why it happened, if I can just hold on a little longer, I won't have to face the uncertainty. But control is an illusion that tires the heart. You cannot both hold on and move forward. Letting go is the bridge between what was and what will be. We often think letting go begins with the hands, but it begins with awareness. It begins when you realize that you have been fighting against reality, arguing with the truth of what is. The relationship ended. The plan fell apart. The person changed. You changed. These are not punishments. They are invitations to realign with life as it is now. Acceptance is not resignation. It's the calm recognition that reality has already arrived. Letting go begins there. Every attachment has a root, a thought, a fear, a story we tell ourselves about what we need to be okay. Sometimes we cling to people because we believe their presence validates us. Sometimes we cling to pain because it has become familiar. Sometimes we cling to dreams that no longer fit the person we are becoming. To let go, we must first see clearly what we're holding and why. Awareness loosens the grip. You cannot release what you do not see. The art of letting go is not a single act, but a practice, a gentle, repeated choice. You will let go and then find yourself holding on again. That's all right. Growth is not a straight line. It's a spiral. Each time you come back to the lesson, you meet it from a deeper place. Be patient with yourself. The mind clings out of habit, not malice. Forgive it for wanting to protect you. Forgive yourself for needing time. Letting go asks for courage. The courage to stand unguarded in the presence of uncertainty. The human mind craves answers, patterns, control, but life, in its wisdom, often hides the next step until we've released the last one. The space that opens after letting go can feel empty at first. Don't rush to fill it. Sit in it. The emptiness is not a void. It's fertile ground for something new to grow. Trust the pause between what's leaving and what's coming. To let go is also to stop rewriting the past. We revisit moments again and again, hoping to change their meaning, to make peace by rearranging what has already happened. But healing is not found in mental reruns. It's found in the quiet acceptance that the past no longer needs your supervision. You can honor it without living in it. Every time you replay it, you breathe life into a ghost. Letting go is closing that chapter not in bitterness, but in gratitude for what it taught you. There is a peace that arrives when you no longer resist the flow of life. When you stop forcing, stop chasing, stop arguing with reality. You begin to notice that life moves more gently when you stop pushing against it. Opportunities you once tried to control start appearing naturally. Relationships that are right for you stay effortlessly. You start to see that holding on was never the source of your strength. Surrender was. In our culture, we glorify attachment. We are taught to measure our worth by how much we can accumulate. Success, relationships, possessions, recognition. We are told that letting go is weakness, that to release something means we have failed. But true strength is not the capacity to cling. It's the grace to open your hands. You cannot receive anything new if your fists are still closed around the old. Letting go also means releasing the need to be understood. Sometimes the closure you want from others will never come. Sometimes people cannot meet you where you are, not because they don't care, but because they are fighting their own battles. Waiting for their validation keeps you tied to a story that is no longer yours. Closure is something you give yourself when you decide to stop waiting for someone else to grant it. Another aspect of letting go is the acceptance of impermanence. Everything in life is borrowed. Every joy, every person, every experience, they all come with an invisible expiration date. When we resist this truth, we suffer. But when we learn to live with awareness of impermanence, we stop clinging and start appreciating. Every conversation becomes sacred, every sunrise a gift, every goodbye a quiet teacher. Letting go teaches us how to love without possession, how to appreciate without demand. You cannot force yourself to let go by willpower alone. Letting go is not something you do. It's something that happens naturally when you're ready to stop suffering. The mind will tell you it's not ready. It will say, maybe tomorrow, maybe after I understand, maybe after they apologize. But the heart knows. The heart knows when it's time. When the weight of holding on becomes heavier than the fear of releasing, that's when you know you're ready. The process is rarely clean. Sometimes letting go looks like crying in the dark, like walking away even when your heart trembles, like saying goodbye without closure. It's messy, emotional, deeply human. And yet, every tear carries wisdom. Every moment of surrender deepens your understanding of what truly matters. Through the cracks, compassion grows. Through loss, empathy expands. Mindfulness teaches that awareness is the key to freedom. When you observe your thoughts without judgment, you start to notice how often they revolve around the past or the future. You notice the mental loops, the what-ifs, the regrets, the endless replays. These are the mind's way of holding on. Each time you bring yourself back to the present, to your breath, to your body, to this moment, you weaken the grip of those loops. The present moment is where letting go becomes possible, because it's the only place where you are not at war with what was or what might be. Sometimes letting go means forgiving, not to excuse what happened, but to free yourself from the chain that binds you to it. Forgiveness is not saying, it was okay. It's saying, I choose not to carry this pain any longer. You forgive for your own peace, because resentment is a quiet poison. It doesn't protect you. It imprisons you. Letting go of resentment is one of the most profound acts of self-care. You will notice that as you let go, life becomes lighter. Not easier, but lighter. You begin to walk differently, breathe differently. You stop chasing what you thought you needed and start noticing what's already here. Gratitude arises naturally. Gratitude is the soft landing after letting go. It reminds you that even though something ended, something else continues. Your capacity to love, to feel, to begin again. There will always be parts of you that want to reach back and that wonder, what if? That's okay. Letting go does not mean erasing the past. It means acknowledging it with kindness and choosing not to live there anymore. You can love someone and still release them. You can cherish a memory and still move forward. The heart is spacious enough for both love and freedom. Letting go also means releasing your idea of how life should be. We all carry silent expectations, timelines, identities, visions of how things were supposed to unfold. When reality doesn't match those pictures, we suffer. But life has its own intelligence, one that often exceeds our understanding. Sometimes what looks like loss is simply redirection. Sometimes the door that closes is protecting you from a room not meant for you. Letting go of the should opens you to the beauty of what is. At its essence, letting go is a practice of trust. Trust that life knows what it's doing even when you don't. Trust that what's meant for you will stay effortlessly. Trust that you can survive the uncertainty between endings and beginnings. Trust that peace is possible not by holding on, but by surrendering to what is. This trust doesn't come overnight. It grows slowly, like dawn breaking after a long night. In the quiet that follows letting go, something remarkable happens. You rediscover yourself. Without the noise of attachments, you begin to hear your own inner voice again. You remember who you were before the fear, before the expectations. You remember that your worth was never tied to what you could hold, but to who you are when everything else falls away. Letting go is not a destination. It's a rhythm. It's the exhale that follows every inhale. It's the silence between notes that makes the music whole. Life expands and contracts, and you are meant to move with it. The more you resist, the more it hurts. The more you flow, the more you see that peace was never somewhere to reach. It was here all along, beneath the clutter of what you refuse to release. So, let today be the day you soften your grip. Breathe deeply. Notice what you've been carrying. Ask yourself gently, is this still serving me? If not, allow it to drift away, even if slowly. You don't need to know what comes next. You only need to make space for it. Every ending is the beginning of something else trying to enter your life. You are not defined by what you lose. You are shaped by what you're willing to release. The art of letting go is the art of returning to yourself, whole, light, unburdened. When you let go, you do not fall, you rise. You rise into presence, into clarity, into freedom. And from that place, life begins again, quietly, naturally, beautifully, just as it was always meant to.